All right, do you have a hard time differentiating prawns versus shrimp? Or do you struggle with the difference between home fries and hash browns? Can you tell club soda from seltzer? If you can't, there is a new culinary reference book that can help you figure it all out. It's called What's the Difference? And I spoke with the author, Brette Warshaw. Brette, it is so great to have you here, and congratulations on your book. This is so cool for any of us that need some information. How did this book come to be?
So I started a newsletter around 3 years ago that answers the question, what's the difference, really about any topic that you might be confused about. And after doing it for a couple years, I decided that it was time to turn it into a book and get it out to even more people.
I love it. There's so much in here, but we want to get to some so our viewers can get a sense of what it's all about and kind of learn a few things from you. I love barbecue. But there's always like 6 or 7 sauces sometimes to choose from. So what's the difference between these barbecues? You got what, Kansas City, Alabama, Southern? What's the difference?
So Kansas City barbecue sauce is the kind of barbecue sauce that you really think of when you think of barbecue sauce. It's that kind of like thick, sweet, ketchup-based sauce that you're gonna find on a bunch of ribs, or you dunk your McNuggets in, or whatever. That's the most common type you'll see around. But there are a lot of regional barbecue sauces that are really different from the Kansas City barbecue sauce. You have East Carolina mop sauce, which is actually just a mixture of vinegar, black pepper, and red pepper flakes. So it's really liquidy, and it gets mopped onto pork dishes mostly, especially whole hog barbecue. And then you have South Carolina mustard sauce, which is yellow and has a mustard base.
My husband loves that one.
Yeah, me too. And another really cool one is Alabama white sauce, which is mayo based and is particularly great on chicken. So highly recommend checking that out.
So many different ones. Okay, I've got another one for you. Eggs. You've got cage-free, free-range, what is it, hormone-free, pasture raised, vegetarian. So who knew there were so many different eggs?
Yeah, it can get really confusing when you go and try to pick out a cart and you're like, what am I supposed to be looking for here? So cage-free is a pretty common one you'll see, and that means exactly what it says it is. It's the birds don't live in cages, which is great because the normal cage size for a chicken is actually only the size of a piece of paper. So it's great that they're not caged, but there are definitely some better terms that indicate even higher quality. So free range is good. It means that the chickens have access to the outdoors. It doesn't mean they actually go outdoors, but it means that they're able to access it. And pasture raised isn't actually a term that is regulated by the USDA, but if a cart includes pasture raised along with the terms certified humane or animal welfare approved, then that means that they've been given a bunch of space outdoors. So that's really a really great term to look out for.
All right, I got one more for you, and I think this is a big one. What's the difference between a sweet potato and a yam?
This is definitely my favorite. So the sweet potatoes that you see at the grocery store, you might see yams next to them, but shocker, those are not yams. Those are sweet potatoes. A true yam is actually a completely different plant, and it is more related to a grass than to the morning glory plant, which is what a sweet potato is related to. And really, a true yam is really popular in African cuisines and Caribbean cuisines, and is going to be starchier and sometimes a lot bigger than sweet potatoes. They can grow to up to 100 pounds.
All right, you've cleared it up for us. Thank you, Brette. So many more things in here that people can know. Once again, congratulations, and thank you for helping us figure out what the difference is.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
Okay, so everything I bought that I thought was a yam is not a yam, apparently, is what I'm figuring out. But she's got prawns versus shrimp, chef versus cook. There's so many cool things in the book called What's the Difference? Brette, thanks so much.